Well, good morning. I don't even know why I'm attempting to do this again, but I feel like I need to, and I don't even know if I'll share this one. But when I left last time, I left David had just killed Goliath. Life was good. David was anointed, a man after God's own heart, but so was Saul. Saul became jealous and lost favor in God. Thus led to his demise. David takes over as king. David does really good because he's a man after God's own heart. And then what happens? We read he counted his men, not God's men, which started the downfall of King David. So we jump ahead. Not try to do this, but I'm not from a house of learned doctors. I'm a bunch of hillbillies. So I have no training in this. So let's see where we take off. David, at a time all kings are to be at battle, David's home kicked back in the palace with his men out fighting. The verse says why kings should be at battle. David's home. Too much time on his hands. He thinks he's above all this. He walks out on his rooftop in the cool of the day, and what's he spy? Bathsheba taking a bath. And people, oh, he shouldn't have looked. He's a man after God's own heart. He shouldn't look at a naked woman. I'm sorry. Men are men. Men are going to stare at a naked woman standing out in front of them. If she's within eye view for half a mile away, the guy's going to stand there and stare. Sorry, it's human nature. We're all given the choice of free will to direct our paths. Most of the time, a lot of us choose wrong. I've taken a lot of wrong paths in my life. So what's David do? He has her brought to the palace, seduces her. Then he's afraid of what the consequences are going to be because she's with child. So he calls back her husband Uriah, who's one of his captains. Tells Uriah to go home and spend time with his wife. And Uriah says, no, it's time of battle. I'll become unclean if I go home to my wife. So then David tries again. What happens? Uriah sleeps at his doorway to protect his king. So finally David sends him back to battle with orders to send him to the front where the fierce battle is. Then the orders are for all the men to withdraw and leave Uriah standing there by himself, where he is thus murdered. Thus starts the downfall of David. Men, we look at this and we think, okay, he looked after another woman, lusted, and it led to his downfall. I'm not like that. Well, yeah, we are. All men, I don't care who you are, how old you are, there are certain things about a lady you're going to look at. Especially if they're half uncovered or not covered. I don't want to be a prude because, I've had my... Yeah. If you knew me, you wouldn't even say that's in the equation. I've had some rough goings. It's a shame. But there's so many men who do not take their vows seriously. And when you make a vow, it is forever. We've put ourselves in bad situations as men. That's why we should not be alone with female friends. I'm serious. Make sure there's 3 people. Because if we go alone, as men, our minds start running and our hearts set. And you're saying, oh, that's not me. That's not me. Trust me. You'll get yourself in a bad situation. I probably won't post this because if I did, my wife's going to question me and want to know what's happened. Nothing has happened. It's been close. I've struggled. I struggle like every man. But I want you guys to be on alert. We're to be watchmen for God. We're also to be watchmen on our families. And if we're out there lusting after other women, we're not watching our family. We're not watching ourselves. Are we bringing glory and honor to God if we're out there chasing other women and violating our vows? Just something to contemplate. And I probably, in doing this, I don't think it's for anyone except for myself. And it was easier for me to talk about it and relay it back to myself. So, all I can say is, be blessed. Because I truly am.